Hi guys, welcome to 5-Star Betas. If you've never been here before, today we're going to be doing a fish room tour of 2026. Got a lot of new fish, got some of the old fish from last year, got a few new tanks up and running. I got a lot to show you guys. Hope you guys are ready. This is one of my most favorite, absolutely beautiful little micro fish. These right here are scarlet baddies. This is a female. You can actually see she's full of eggs. Female is more of a clear color versus the male, which is a beautiful red color. He gets beautiful blue edges on his dorsal fins and his pectoral fins. Absolutely gorgeous fish. Only get about 3/4 of an inch roughly. Hopefully we'll get some babies from these guys pretty soon. But an absolutely beautiful fish if you guys want to keep something micro in a little 5-gallon tank. Down here we got some beautiful fish growing out. If you guys are not familiar, these are warus. As you guys know, Waru Joe, we keep some, if you're familiar with him. Currently, right now, they're about 5 inches. I'm hoping to get a pair out of them at least. I also have a couple Cuban cichlids down here. They're currently in a 40 breeder, which is big enough for the time being. They will be getting moved into a 75 probably the next couple months. I just got to pick it up for my buddies and resale it. But they will be going to a much bigger tank. And then hopefully once we get a pair, we'll separate them out and just keep one pair. They're an absolutely beautiful looking fish. Very similar to Discus. This is one of my favorite tanks in my fish room. This used to be fully planted, but unfortunately I had the warus in here for a bit, and yeah, they destroyed it. Downside of warus. Now we got some beautiful Discus in this tank. I forget the names of them, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know one's like a pigeon blood mix or something like that. Feed these guys some bloodworms. Only a couple of my fish get bloodworms. The Discus, the warus. That's pretty much it. And some of the brashears. And if you guys are not familiar with those ones right there, those are roseline sharks. We also have gold roseline sharks. They, to me, are one of the most beautiful fish. This is a nice, mature one. Gorgeous colors on these fish. They do go through a paling phase for a bit where it comes and goes and they start to look like normals. But eventually, if you feed them good enough, get them on a good diet, they'll end up that solid color and they look absolutely beautiful. And they're very peaceful fish. They're a little flighty when it comes to swimming around. But for the most part, they get along with everybody. They don't bother the Discus. Discus don't bother them. Oh, there's another little guy coming out the woodworks. That is a rope fish. There's also 3 rope fish inside this tank. Here come the rope fish. These guys love to eat anything. They eat bloodworms, brine shrimp, pellets. Very little I find they won't eat. They're another peaceful fish. They don't bother nobody. Got that beautiful majestic look to them. It's kind of like having a little eel snake. But they're a lot more gentler than a snake or an eel. Oh, remind me like a little long dragon type. There's 3 of them in this tank and they do awesome in here too. Which Discus is your guys' favorite in here? Right here we have a 60 breeder. It's kind of a little jungle. You got pothos growing through it. You got all different stuff. Jungle Val. But for fish in here, we actually have beta patatis growing up. It's a nice young male. Beautiful colors on them already. Nice red. The way you tell the difference is the males will be a nice red color. Females will be more clear color. Not much going on to them. It's a nice, gorgeous male. We also have my son's blonde tuxedo guppies in here breeding. That's one thing I love about wild betas. They pretty much get along with everything. Hardly ever have an issue with them. You guys even have those beautiful blue eyes too. Look at that. Red body, blue eyes. What a beautiful little fish. They'll max out around 4 inches roughly. This one's just grown monstrous compared to the other ones. And right now, he's currently probably pushing about 3.5 inches. Let me walk you guys through my Cory tanks. These are my gold lasers. This is a small breeding colony of 7. Absolutely beautiful fish. I feed these guys bloodworms twice a week. And I pretty much get I get eggs once a week from these guys roughly. Absolutely beautiful fish. If you have never kept these Corys before, I definitely recommend them. They've come down a lot in the price in the hobby lately. They used to be like $30 a piece. Now you get them for anywhere from like 10 to 15. This is just a tank with dwarf sage. I did have bumblebee gobies in here, but I got rid of them, so no more bumblebees. These are my orange Venezuelans. They're kind of stressed up, so I turn the light on. I have a dozen in this 10-gallon. They're not too big a fan of the light being on. And then we got more gold lasers in this tank, but unfortunately that batch seems to hide. Considering these two are from the same batch, not too sure why that batch is shy. What? I get eggs from 1, 2, and 3. We come down this way. We actually have a bunch of orange Venezuelan fry. I counted roughly 7,500 fry in this tank. It was just a rough estimate. There was a bunch at one point everywhere. They still are everywhere. They are feeding on baby brine and crushed up pellets. See how little they are right now? They're tiny. But see the little fins? See little barbells growing in. It's funny because their pattern looks nothing like the adults. But as they get older, that will completely change. When it comes to the next tank over here, and we have gold lasers growing out. Now, when the baby gold lasers hatch out at first, they look nothing like a gold laser. They got these stripe patterns, dotting. Then as they start to get a little bit bigger, around that 1/4 inch mark, they start to golden up a bit. But this guy is about 1/2 inch. Great color already. Absolutely beautiful fish. If you guys have never had gold lasers and you want Corys, definitely my go-to. And then over here in this 10-gallon, we have Angelfish bimaculatas. I was so excited to get these guys. And you know what? I'll be honest, they're not that pretty as I thought they'd be. Like, don't get me wrong, they're beautiful fish and all, but from all the videos and pictures I've seen, they just don't have that pop. I'm thinking a lot of the pictures I've seen were actually photoshopped. They're gorgeous fish. I have a group of 4 in here. I originally started with a dozen. They're in the 60 breeder, and I kept losing them, so I ended up isolating them into the 10-gallon, and then they do perfectly fine and haven't lost one since. I believe I have 3 females and 1 male. Pretty sure that's the male right there. The females will have a vent that hangs down the bottom. Kind of looks like a prolapse. Yep, another female. Another female right back there. I'm going to end up separating out 2 of these females. I'm waiting for them to pair up and see the male will hang out with 1 female, then I'll know. And I'll let that pair go to work and do their thing. I believe in letting some of the fish pick their mates. Some fish are picky about it, especially with the pistos I found. So it's best just to let them pair up on their own in a group, and then just pull that pair. This is another one of my favorite tanks. These are Amica Splendids. These are a Gidea out of Mexico. They are a Livebearer. It takes them about 2 months to give birth. And I love them because they look like little bass. And they reproduce like crazy once you get a colony going. I originally started with 2, and now I have over 100 in this tank, and I've sold a bunch over the time. And I've given some away too on top of it all. Very easy fish to keep. They prefer cooler waters. I do have them heated, but it's only about 76 in this tank right now. So it's not too hot. I ran into some issues with too hot of a water, not being sterile, but it was more the babies were coming up too large. The females were passing away from it. So when their babies are born massive. I don't see any fresh ones in here right now. They're probably hiding in the back. But I constantly have new fry popping up inside this tank. The way you tell the difference is the males will have this yellowish, silver speckling. The female will be more of a solid color, not much of that speckling going on. Doesn't make big female. She's getting ready to pop soon. Well, if you guys want to show off, I might as well highlight these guys. Right there, the Nanolatus. These are on the Cares species list. Very similar to a convict, but a yellow fish. You go a nice, beautiful, intense yellow when they're breeding. Absolutely gorgeous fish. The Philippine Blue Angel that I produced. Another absolutely beautiful fish. We got some regulars. We got some curl scales we got out of the mix. Some have stripes with the baby. Some lost all their striping. Absolutely beautiful little fish. Another one. There's a fourth one. I don't know where it's hiding. Camera's not doing justice. It's not picking up all the blues on them. We also have an albino Dreckvinacara in this tank. There is some dwarf petricolas down the bottom hiding. Oh yeah, and I scored Cross River Brashears. I don't know if I'm going to be keeping these guys long term, but I did get a group of 3 of them. Absolutely awesome looking fish. Remind me of the Endo Sherry that I used to keep. And inside this tank right here, we have Wave Monster Plecos growing out, and we got German Blue Rams. My buddy Chris at Sutherland Aquatics produced these. These are the first rams I've ever kept that have lived. I've had these now for almost, 3 months. Not even broke out with egg once. Every single time I've ever kept rams in the past, I got icked. Every single time. This batch is doing phenomenal. This batch has done absolutely phenomenal for me. Doing excellent. As you notice, they don't have much of the blue coloration going on. That is because they're on the yellow sand, so it washes them out a lot. If I was put them on a darker substrate, the blue would definitely shine through a lot more. And they're super friendly. They come right up to me. They're always begging for food. Going to ask for a better fish. This tank right here has more Nanolatus. Like I was just showing you guys, blue-eyed yellow convict cichlids pretty much. And we got peppermint Plecos. Hopefully they'll start breeding for the next, I want to say, couple months, hopefully. I picked those up from Sydney's Angels, from Dan. We actually did a trade and gave me 7 of them. Let's see if I can find one for you guys. Absolutely beautiful fish. There's one. See if we can get it out without spooking it. There we go. Look at that fish. Absolutely gorgeous Pleco. The black with the white. And it looks like they have bubbles on them. There's the other one. They're pushing about 3 inches right now. That one looks like it's going to be a female. That one looks like it's probably going to be a male. Let's see if we can find a wave monster for you guys. Oh, there they are. There's one of the wave monster Plecos. I believe I got 3 or 4 inside this tank right now. I forget what I got. I got to get some more of them. That one's out. It's a nice shot. I love. So I've kept the Rio Nenes, well, not Rio Nenes, the Rio something. I forget the name. I'm brain farting. And bred them, but they don't have nearly a beautiful honeycomb pattern as these guys do. You guys have an awesome, awesome pattern. Let's see if we can get some more light on them. There we go. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful fish. If you guys want a gorgeous Pleco, I definitely recommend these ones too. The guy got them from, he said he had no problem breeding them. As for the Rio Nene? No. As for the other species I kept, the little honeycombs, they did not do well with breeding. They spawned, but the fry just did never do extremely well. Let me put this back. Nice little full bellies. They're doing awesome. This tank is home to, not supposed to be, but we have one rainbow back there. Australian rainbows. I forget the name of it, Melton or something. I bred them. And then we also have a bunch of Godaids in here, which are the tower eyes. They seem to have fallen through the overflow system from the tank above. That's why they're in here, but pretty much in here we have some baby green dragons. You know, about 6 or 7 of them in this tank growing out. We also have a group of red bristlenose. And we also have some L129 Plecos. I think they're called the false zebras. If we can find one. Oh, there's one of the red Plecos. Nice big male. Excuse me, sir. There's a baby, one of the L129s. Beautiful little fish. One of the guys at my club bred them. Yeah, more stuff back there. They're all hiding. I don't want to stress them all out too bad, guys. Come up here. We have some Anabotus toweri. These are the ones that fell through the overflow system. I got regulars and I got albinos in here. These right here are babies. They're probably roughly a week old. Yeah, like these little guys are about a week old at most. These are also known as the blue-tailed Godaid. It's a little hard to see the blue tails on them, but you can kind of see it in the distance. That's how you sex out the males from the females. Right there's an albino blue-tail male. These are from San Luis Potosi. That's the location. I have the original guy I got it from, who has the original the line from where they came from, so it's like all documented through them. Yeah, if you guys are interested in these, shoot me a message. I got a bunch. Probably about 75, maybe 100 in this side tank right now. This water is about 72. These ones I had a big issue with the water being too warm, and I was losing a lot of my females because the babies were coming out massive. So your babies should be coming out a little bit smaller than this, but because the water was too warm, my babies were coming out like this. They were coming out almost 3/4 of an inch, and the females were just dying because it was just too large of a fish to pass through. Oh yeah, this is one of the only species I know of Godaid that actually produces albinos. Some people don't like the albinos, some people love the albinos. I like the albinos. I love something that's different. Over here we have Nezzy sores growing out. I just have a female Apisto that I was supposed to ship out, but the person got rid of the Apistos, wink wink, so now I'm stuck with this female. I'll probably just end up bringing her to the club. We do have some Nezzies growing out, Nezzy Swordtails. These are another little beautiful swordtail. My buddy wants these, so I'll probably work out a deal with him. There's also a couple of Siamese algae eaters in there. I always like to try to keep some of those around along with the other algae eaters to kind of keep it at bay with the blackbeard, because I can't stand blackbeard. This tank is home to lemon Plecos. I have a group of about 8 or 9 lemon Plecos inside this tank. There's a young male in here guarding the cave. I haven't got no fry from them yet, but not too sure if I want to keep these guys long term, to be honest with you. Oh, there's the other cohabitant of this tank. Alright guys, I'm going to make this a 2-part sequel. Let's again wrap up part 1. Thank you guys for watching. I have plenty more fish videos to show you and all the beautiful fish that are breeding. So stay tuned. And thanks for watching guys. Take care.